Toastmasters and welcome guests. How many of you have already made up your mind as to whom you're going to vote for in November? Good. There's a lot of people that are still undecided. And I want to address my talk tonight particularly to them because I feel that one of the candidates is totally unqualified to hold this highest office in our country. This is not my guy. I believe that she is much more qualified, and I'm going to keep my presentation to the experience that Donald Trump says that he has in business that's going to make this country great again. And I wanted to start with this because of our meeting theme tonight. No more Oreos. Oreo cookies, of course, is what you strive for when you're evaluating a speech. But in a speech in Illinois, recently, Donald Trump said that Nabisco is going to move their manufacturing plant to make Oreo cookies to Mexico. Of course, that was not true, and Nabisco immediately said that, and he said they have 3 manufacturing plants in the United States, and none of them are going anywhere. That didn't faze Donald Trump. He kept repeating it, and repeating it, and repeating it, because he's the master of that. If you say something enough, over and over enough, people are going to start to believe. And truth is not his strong point. PoliticalFact.com kept track of all of his claims during the campaign. And you can see the results. 2% were true. And there's various phases, and right down to 18.5% of pants on fire lies. USA Today last week did an expose on Donald Trump's experience in business and how he treated his employees or people that he hired, contractors. He's been involved in 3,500 lawsuits, mostly wage-related, where people had a contract, they fulfilled it, but he didn't want to pay. And his lawyers, they would go to court, his lawyers would stall, or he'd make them settle for pennies on the dollar. And this wasn't just companies. This was individuals, as you can see. Painters and plumbers. I mean, people like you and I that ended up, they were counting on this money for the Trump project. The ways, for example, when we're, Mar-a-Lago and Palm Beach. And they were suing because they didn't get minimum wage or they were getting no overtime. Atlantic City. This is something that you can bet on. He runs businesses based on bankruptcies. He had 4 casinos there. He ended up going to bankruptcy court 5 times. And they were losing enterprises. The only time that they showed a profit was there was 1 year when all of the casinos in Atlantic City, which is now almost a ghost town, their percentage of business increase from 1 year to the next was 18%, except for Trump's casino, which was 1% increase. Why? As Donald Trump bragged many times, the casinos were a cash cow for him. He took the money out that was supposed to be going to the casinos, and of course, that also affected the employees. Trump University is my favorite. And I say university in quotes, because this was something begun several years ago in the state of New York. And New York told him that you cannot say it's a university. Of course, people weren't learning anything. But it wasn't a typical university. It didn't meet the qualifications to be an educational facility. What it was for people to sign up to learn real estate principles and techniques that made Donald Trump rich. And this was going to teach them that. So the Attorney General for New York filed a lawsuit, said this was an absolute scam, and is looking for $40 million to reimburse people who've paid up to $35,000 to learn Donald Trump's tricks of the trade. And his mentors, the playbook mentioned there, the playbook is for the mentors, again in quotes, because these are supposed to be mentors that Donald Trump personally knew that would act as mentors doing this club. Except they were salespeople. And the playbook showed them how to squeeze money out of people. They said focus on senior citizens, people getting older, and convince them that they should cash in their 401k or their retirement plans to pay for this schooling. And even some of the mentors have said, yes, it was a total scam. And they were constantly being pushed to have people pay more money and more money and more money. So the students paid up to $35,000. Donald Trump gained $5 million for himself. Now, Hillary, of course, does have issues. There's no denying that. They involve her emails, the Clinton Foundation. Some also see her as being hawkish in terms of defense because she actually voted for the ending of the Iraq War. But she has 8 years experience in the White House. She has 8 years experience as a United States Senator. She has 4 years as Secretary of State. Donald Trump has 0 years, 0 months, and 0 days of experience in government. I'm hoping that pointing out some of these facts will have you help me make this cartoon come true. Associated Press just declared Hillary the winner in the general election. This was done right after the primary elections were finished. Toastmaster.